Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up on Run 7. How you doing? Today we had Duelim and Pathfinder Gaming and Updog Invoice with Gnomes, whose defense we are covering today. If you want your defense featured on Defense Up, we do War and Crucible. Find my link in the description below. Meet me on Discord. Just DM me some pics. We'll get you on the list. So, Gnomes is like 27 million or 26 million, something like that, working in Plat 1. Doing really well offensively. Making the right moves, using some inventive stuff. He doesn't have Masters of Evil built. He doesn't have the full Secret Defenders built. Lots of kind of interesting stuff that we have to do. So for his defense, it was kind of frustrating because we wanted to lean towards some of what's becoming the more mainstream defensive points, but we just couldn't. So that's why we have this infestation with big time in room 1. Now, the most popular defense right now is the Secret Defenders with Noir. Noir is one of the fastest characters who has some additional benefits like some bleed and some speed adjustment stuff going on. And if you make everybody strikers, they follow him and it blows stuff up. And it's becoming the room that everybody struggles with. Like 2 was the room last season. Now it's 1 with this Secret Defender Noir comp in here. It's so bad that some people are saving their Super Scroll just for room 1. By the way, if you're going into that Secret Defenders, word has it that APOC with YA is doing some amazing things. Echo does stop the counter assist maneuver, but a lot of people are failing when they use Echo on offense with a tradition, like a Masters of Evil Echo. It's kind of causing some problems. I've been using a straight Masters of Evil to go into that Secret Defender one. The thing with Big Time is he is like the fastest character off the jump, but his ultimate reads that no one can assist it. And so it doesn't work that great in teamwork. Like he's specifically spoiled for this room, and that's why I don't like using Big Time on the Secret Defenders, and I don't like using the Big Time Infestation team, but for right now, it's what we've got. Gnomes is working on building his Secret Defenders, but he's letting DD6 kind of narrate who he builds first, and so he hasn't gotten to that section of DD6, and so some of those characters aren't developed yet. We're trying to talk him into changing that. He's still top 50 in his Arena Shard, which says a lot because the Secret Defenders are pretty great everywhere. So I don't like this team, but there's nothing technically wrong with it. I do think it was a waste. I don't like this team on War defense. I skipped it altogether. It's rapidly becoming beaten by several things in War, and so I don't think anybody should really build this team if you can avoid it. I haven't even touched my Big Time. I didn't need him for Arena, and I don't need him for Crucible, that's for sure. So for me, this is like a D. I mean, I guess if you already have an Infestation team and you don't have a Secret Defenders team, it's something you can do, but I'm not excited about it. Moving on, if I can make my buttons work, somehow they got undone. All right, Temporal Shielding, Invaders. We talked a lot about trying to get this team out of here because we weren't excited with Invaders and Cap Sam. Ultimately, we decided for Gnome's roster, we're gonna leave it in here. Now, I'm using an OG Sinister 6 team, and I'm getting great results with that team. It's a little lopsided because some of the characters I don't want to build, I'm waiting for the Superior 6 characters to come out. But it's either drawing in things that are huge, or it's tripping people up and getting defensive victories. So, I like the Sinister 6. You could also use this with Infinity Watch. Sometimes they make it to their basics and then they can get some of the benefit of this room. And Invaders might last long enough to get to their basics. Or somebody will come in here with Eternals and blow them up almost instantaneously. I don't know. I'm not excited about this team, but once again, this is Gnome's best option with what he's got on his roster. We're gonna go ahead. Yeah. I mean, it's what he's got. So for his roster, I'm gonna go ahead and give him an A. I don't think there's anything to be done about this. I guess you could maybe move some placement around there and put Fury on the outside adjacent to somebody in specific so you force energy to the right person, but maybe you don't want that to happen so you can get them to their basics faster. I'm not really sure. Yeah, so A, maybe A minus. If you had a full roster, I would probably be giving this a very low grade. I don't think Invaders are a good team. Room number 3, it's Darkhold with Quicksilver, and it's traditional ISOs, traditional placement. Everything's fine here. It's a pretty decent team for room 3. If you have Black Order is causing people a lot of problems. I'm personally running Black Order and Dormammu, and I get defensive victories out of that. It's kind of crazy. Performs way better than I ever imagined it would. However, this is what Gnomes has, and we're going to give him an A for this. I think it's done well, and it's not a bad defense at all. But it is, the drawback is it's treated like room 6 from last season. Everybody kind of knows how to beat this already. There's several different options, and it's not really going to fool anybody. All right, moving on to room number 4. This is the Bifrost team. Once again, it feels kind of subpar. If you have Infinity Watch, you could use them here for the Spec Ops, the stealth maneuver. We thought that New Avengers was going to be great. Pathfinder reported to me that that is not the case. The New Avengers are getting beaten up by War Dogs and several other things. So the New Avengers are out and Infinity Watch is in. And if you can't swing that, then I guess you can throw your Bifrost in here. Once again, I'm not excited about this for full rosters. But for Gnomes, we're going to go ahead and give him an A. This team is working for him in raids, and it's what he's got available for defense. Well, we like the ISOs, the positioning, the placement's all fine there. We're going to move on to room number 5. This is where his Infinity Watch is. We literally had a conversation about whether this team at 457,000 is better or not than this team at 1,400,000. We literally had that conversation like we were trying to debate. And believe it or not, every season we keep saying, don't build Infinity Watch because they're never going to be used again. And the next season comes out and we say the same thing. And I'm telling you this time, don't build Infinity Watch because they're going to fall out of the meta eventually. And watch me be wrong, next season they'll be used again. I can't advise Gnomes to continue building Infinity Watch here, and that's why we want to put Gamma in this room. We're going to put Gamma in 5 and treat it much like a blank room. Most of the time, new warriors are going to go into Gamma to efficiently beat them. So we're going to get this out of here. However, this isn't terrible, and it's definitely, I mean, there's like 3 or 4 rooms you could use new Infinity Watch in on this season. So there's nothing been wasted here. It might actually be a decent idea to take this team up to G13 for Gnomes if you can swing it. So let's get this out of here, put Gamma in. For me, I'm going to give this a B. It's just not holding it right now. And in room 6, he has Gamma. We're getting that out of here, and we're going to replace Gamma with Rebirth and Zemo is what we decided. He has a 1.4 something or 1.7 Rebirth team, and we're going to swap that out with Zemo. His Zemo is really small, but that doesn't matter. Zemo just needs to go fast. He takes a turn, he gets the team moving faster, and it makes it that much more challenging. And then Peggy heals them, and they keep going. So, the Gamma team is great. We like them as healers. Pathfinder says you can make them all Fortifier if you want. It doesn't matter. Gamma's great. Good placement. We just want to move Gamma to room 5, and we're going to replace it with that Rebirth Zemo. So, Gnomes had a very challenging defense for me. I really wanted to grade this much, much harder, but he was actually doing an okay job with what he's got. One of the main points that we want to push is that if you have a smaller roster and you're punching up in Crucible, it is more important that you save things for offense and you have the tools you need to be hyper efficient, not making any mistakes with your offensive attacks, and you will do better than stumbling through your offenses in hopes of making your opponent stumble on your defense. Do the best that you can on defense, but be certain with your attacks on offense. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I will see you next time. Bye.